Welcome to the Blunt Lab, where we like to be blunt while smoking a blunt. I am Al, joined by my brothers Marcus, Sean, Rick, and Matt. What's going on, fellas?
What's up? Good
Doctor.
to see you all.
Doctor.
Doctor.
Yes. Well, let's jump right into it. I want to start it off with a little Black History video, and then we're going to jump into some juicy stuff, if you will.
Juicy.
I see what you did there.
No Diddy.
Did George Washington allow a little slave boy to freeze to death while holding his horses during that famous Delaware River crossing? If not, then how do you explain the origin of the line jockey? This is the legend of Jocko Gray, the faithful groomsman. Let me tell you about it. I'm the young black mayor, your number one history influencer. During the Revolutionary War, late December 1770, it said that General George Washington allowed a 12-year-old slave boy and his father, Tom Graves, to serve along with about 60 other blacks. When it came to that famous crossing of the Delaware River, Washington decided it was too dangerous for Jocko to cross. General Washington instructed Jocko to wait with the horses and keep a lantern lit. That way the army would have a guiding light when they attempted to return back across the Delaware. When General Washington and the army returned back across the river, little Jocko had froze to death with the lantern still in hand. General Washington must have felt bad because he commissioned an iron statue to be made to honor Jocko and be placed at his Mount Vernon estate. He named the statue the Faithful Groomsman, which in that time frame was a man or a boy left in charge of stabling, feeding, and grooming horses. Over time, the statue would evolve to racist versions, eventually making it to the current day line jockey. The worst versions were Sambo-like black figures with protruding lips. They were often used for hitching horses. It evolved to this current version of a white horse jockey holding his arm out with a lantern. But why would a racing jockey be holding a lantern? Some say they were positive symbols when they were used on the Underground Railroad. Some say Stagecoach Mary hated them and that she would knock them over when she saw them along her mail routes. Either way, the racist imagery in the evolution of the line jockey is evident. Should we praise George Washington for honoring Jocko Graves, the faithful groomsman, or should we hate every version of the line jockey that we see? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm the young black mayor, and I'll tell you more next time. Truly your number one history influencer.
Yeah, give my man a follow on TikTok, man. He's great. He slowed down his feed on my feed for a little bit, but he's popped back up. So the more he pops back up, the more I'll let you guys see. So
I was not aware.
Next order of business. P fucking Diddy. P fucking Diddy. Now, I want to say again, because I've said this before, I've been telling folks about this motherfucker along with a whole bunch of other people that are eventually going to come out. How this motherfucker was a scumbag doing scumbag shit, but nobody wanted to believe. Everybody wanted to laugh. Oh, Al's a conspiracy theorist. Oh, Al, you're just making some stuff up. Well, here you go. I like to say, I told you so once again. And if you didn't hear it the first time, I told you so.
Are you opening the floor on this?
Oh yeah. I got two videos I want to pop up because one chick who I'm surprised she's still alive with all the information she's been spilling for the longest time. This Jaguar, right? You can roll tape on this next clip.
1 second, let me get it going.
Hurry up, Matt.
Not my color.
You got this.
Believed me.
Watch out, Jaguar, right? Got a lot
It
to
was my
say.
people that needed convincing. If someone like the diddler is your hero, then you should hurry up and go to hell with him. If someone like Jay-Z is your hero, then, just be glad you're not talented so he could sacrifice you like he tried to do me, and he succeeded with Aaliyah. Stevie J should be charged. Mary J. Blige should also be charged. Jennifer Lopez
Great picture.
should definitely be charged. Jay-Z should be charged.
I'm saying that for you.
Khaled should be charged. Rick Ross should be charged. Usher should be charged and tried with him. Off of Justin Bieber alone.
Now, Carisha and Rick Ross just sat down together in an interview.
Yeah, I know. Two Diddy doo-wop bops. What a reunion.
So you see her list. Sometime back, I guess when they invaded P Diddy's estate, he was seen pretty much giving up his own list. Now I'll open up the floor after P Diddy's clip here, because her list is not too different from P Diddy's. Roll clip.
Drake. Oprah. J-Lo. A-Rod. Will Smith.
Mhm.
Alicia Keys. Justin Bieber. Kevin Hart. Mark Wahlberg. Snoop. DJ Khaled. Swiss Beats. Kelly Rowland. Chris Brown. Maluma. Issa Rae. Sierra. Janelle Monáe. Yeah, that's my sis right there.
Some of these names I don't even fucking know.
Megan Thee Stallion.
But
Some of them
Naomi-
I wish I didn't know.
Naomi Campbell. That's your auntie.
Look at that. Talking about that's your auntie. She's snitching on her.
Well, let's get back to the list. Okay.
Yeah, let's get back to this.
Jessica Alba.
He's taking too long. You guys can go in and watch this clip of all the names that he lists. Let's open the floor. Now, actually, my man gets locked up. We all know why he's locked up. But let's just remember those
It's not though.
those invasions at his crib. They weren't looking for evidence or dildos or lube like they found. Let's not forget that high-ranking politicians from New York have been to Diddy parties. As we all know, Diddy has video of all these motherfuckers doing shit. And apparently there's a they found a dildo with what's his name? Caleb, the quarterback for the Chicago Bears. They found a dildo with Caleb's name on it in one of the rooms. Apparently Caleb was at a Diddy party but didn't spend the night.
Come on, man. You don't put your name on your dildo. I don't. Come on.
Maybe you don't want to mix. Maybe you don't want to mix. You know, you don't want to mix doo-doo particles. So you know, you want to make sure you're.
I mean, you don't. That's for sure. That's a given. But you don't.
Have you considered? Have you at least tried to consider the fact that Caleb might have OCD?
Yeah, you need something.
Hey, man.
Fuck. I'm
Hey,
not.
man.
I'm
Make
not.
sure my name gets on my dildo. I want to use
Listen,
it next time.
There's so much of this shit that's getting so exaggerant that it's very clear that this is some sort of like gateway, I guess I will say, to allow things to get found out. That said, a lot of that, come on, who cares? You know, with the warrants and stuff that they served, because you were like, that's not really what happened. They served warrants on some of his properties. I repeat, some. They didn't go into all of them.
They only went into 3. They went into 3 properties
And
looking
they served
for something.
They served a warrant. They were looking for something specific.
Yeah, videotapes.
So this whole, they found whatever the number is, ridiculous number of fucking dildos and all the lube. That is smoke and
was
mirrors. I don't give
ridiculous.
a fuck who you are. That's smoke and mirrors. If you can't see that, then you're not looking deep enough. That's clearly.
Well, yeah,
smoke.
which is why I was saying this investigation was launched off, and they're trying to raid his shit to find these videos because, again, high-ranking politicians
He threatened somebody. Like I said, he pissed somebody
participated in these Diddy parties, we all know Clyde or Clive Davis, whatever that motherfucker's name is. We all know he's a big part of this too, because people aren't mentioning his
Clive
name.
with a
You
V.
know, yeah,
See, but here's my question: is if these guys are going in, and we've talked about it before, who's sending them in? Is it law enforcement that wants to pin this dude, or is it people that are trying to recover what they're involved in?
oh,
You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? So you
They're-
really got to look at the people and agencies that are going in and taking part in these and seeing who's wrapped up in all of this and seeing where that goes.
all levels of politicians, mayors, governors, senators, you name it, participated in some of these parties and did some heinous things. Because remember, P Diddy was involved with fucking kids too. Don't think these
Absolutely, but
governors-
that's what brings me concern is that whatever level it's at that they're sending them in, there's obviously some inherent risk of corruption just because of all the people that are involved. Shit, I heard that Prince Harry was at a lot of these things brought to them and introduced to Diddy by Meghan Markle. So I mean, there's a lot of high-ranking people at this thing, and it's not just like state senators. It's not. I mean, this is worldwide, prestige worldwide.
Boats and hoes.
Prestige worldwide.
What are your thoughts on P Diddy, Marcus?
Like, what's he being charged with?
He's not. That's the point that I'm trying to make to you.
Being a
The
weirdo.
news, the stuff that you see on social media, even what Al just said, would imply that Diddy's in some sort of legal trouble. He hasn't been charged with anything.
Well,
They
that's
keep
my
talking
thing.
about
If
he's
they're
not
having
locked
sex
up.
parties, like, who cares? Like,
Who cares?
Yeah, they basically pulled up on him a couple times. That's it, and raided his house.
It's a. Hey, look over here real quick, so I can put this over here. I'm telling
everybody know Diddy's a fucking weirdo. Like,
No, how about this new one? I got one for you, Marcus. You ready for this? I think this will probably floor you more than it will anybody else on the panel today. One of the newest, if you want to call it conspiracy theories or subjects to this matter, is that Diddy and Pac were in a romantic relationship together for a minute. No, hear me out. Then about 6 weeks before Pac's death was one of these Diddy parties that Pac was at. There's pictures, videos, the whole nine. If you really dig into this, you'll see what I'm talking about. There's video where they go like every picture and every video of Diddy and Pac before this looks just like every other fucking video and pic you see with Diddy now with all these other people. They're buddies, they're friendly, they're touching each other, they're laughing, looking like they're always having a good time. And then at Diddy's birthday party about 6 weeks before Pac got killed, at Diddy's birthday party, they were visibly uncomfortable with each other in a buttload of pictures and videos. Okay, visibly uncomfortable. What has been speculated is that Pac broke off whatever the relationship was with Diddy that night. Like, no, I'm not going back there. None of this freaky shit. Whatever. Assume what you will. That something happened at that party, because when you look at these pictures, they're both like, it's as bad as when Diddy went on the Keenan show and had Mike Tyson on there, and he reached over and grabbed Mike's leg and realized that he was on fucking TV.
Mike didn't like that.
And Mike didn't like that shit. And
Mike
he slipped
didn't like
off
that.
the side. And then he's like, "Oh, we're about to go kick it with fucking Diddy tonight." And Diddy's sitting there like deer in the headlights. Like he just realized, yo, I kind of gave myself away on TV. So the same kind of thing happens in these Pac pictures. Here's what happens. 6 weeks after that birthday party and all those pictures, Pac's dead. Diddy gets a tattoo of Pac's skull over his heart.
Wow.
Do what you will with that. That's one of the newest conspiracy theories.
And I'll urge you guys to go watch an interview with Tupac.
I was just going to reference it.
Right before he films Juice. Because Michael Jai White tells you to reference this video himself.
Yeah.
Now, people forget, Pac was an awesome rapper. Let's not forget, he's a poet. He's a
theater
dancer.
artist.
He's an actor and an artist. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a role that he took on.
When you see these videos, because you don't want to, with how sensitive motherfuckers are today, you don't want to peg it. But I'm just going to say it. If anyone feels sensitive about it, go fuck yourself. He's a little feminine in the video.
He is.
He is.
Okay, very feminine in the video, which would lead you to believe likes to get his booty wet.
And these, how I know that this is not like Dr. Allen. I'm sorry to cut you off. I saw a lot of this stuff years ago and really didn't think anything of it, really. You know what I mean? Like, they were just boys. You know what I mean? Like, it's the stuff that they showed when they were really pushing this East Coast, West Coast thing. And they showed how they were boys before that. Like, now when you watch those videos with the new context, it's not anything new you're seeing. It's just, you know.
You hear it and you've seen it for years, but it doesn't check out against anything else you've seen and heard until you go back over the years and you're like, damn, and you check the boxes and you're like, oh, I was just going to mention, along with that interview, there's an interview that they did with The Game a long time ago, back before any of this was really common knowledge, and they were talking to him, and he's like, something that people don't know about this industry is that the majority of these dudes are boy fans. Like, they like boys out here. And everybody's like, well, what are you talking about? Like, who? And like, big names? He's like, bro, you'd be amazed at how big the names, the majority of them.
Yeah, you say this, Sean, and here's the thing. I've been telling my people, whether it be my little brother Marcus, homeboys that I work with that are my friends. Like, I've had my homeboy hit me up from Florida twice, literally to be like, yo, Al, who the fuck were you rolling with back then that you knew all this shit? Everything that you're hearing. He was like, yo, dude, everybody laughed. Yo, Al, you're trolling us. We don't believe you. You know, you're just another conspiracy theorist. And I was like, I laughed too. And I said, watch. It's going to come to light.
There's people that have said it and they've come out and said it. It's just that people laughed it off or they looked the other way. And like The Game, man. The Game's been saying it for a long time. And everybody's like, oh, Game's just being belligerent. He's like, all right, man. Believe what you want.
I'll take you 10 years before Game is Pimp C. Pimp C was talking about it for a fucking minute. That's why I think this motherfucker's dead.
And I mean, like, go back and watch Juice and see how Tupac acts on the outside everywhere else after he films Juice. He basically continued his role from Juice.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He ended up taking on a role and he got into that. I mean,
now to the Diddy thing, yeah. I mean, from what I heard, they were lovers. Pac did not want to join Bad Boy, did not want to sign the contract. And while that was happening, Biggie also was looking to leave Bad Boy because of how he was getting done there. So, like, when Diddy doesn't get his way, I mean, we've seen the video. I mean, homegirl did want nothing to do with this dude, was trying to run away. We see this motherfucker come out half naked to whoop her ass and drag her back into the room like a fucking caveman. That's just one video. And they
still not charged.
Exactly. He's still out.
Well, people have talked about the disconnect, and think about how much money this motherfucker has. People have talked about the disconnect of where your mind goes when you have that much money. You need to be reeled back in and told what reality is at that point. Like, when you can buy motherfuckers and sell motherfuckers, and he does, like, you need to be reeled back in from time to time and shown what reality is to most people, because 99% of us can't act and do the things that he does just based on the money he has alone.
And if in fact he's not in jail, that means he is working with the folks that don't want their video seen.
It's that puppet shit, dog.
Think about it. Think about it like this, dude. Think about how many people that we know, and I mean, like, I don't want to get taken out, but I mean, we talked about, there's a couple people that we know of in the industry that are obviously plants. We talked about Snoop being in there and giving out names for a long time. And as much as I hate to say it, I grew up listening to dude's music, but he's made his way through everything. Now he's on side quests and shit, just popping off, doing different, running the Olympic torch. Like, this motherfucker made it. The reason
side quest.
Yeah, he's taking it. That's
great.
He's going back and getting 100% on the game for real. He's doing all the achievements and shit. It's great.
Mind you, it's also election year.
Yep.
It is an election year.
Yep.
Now Diddy's the main talk of the town.
Oh, yeah, brother.
Which
big news
I'm glad. And I'm glad too, because I'm kind of tired with the Diddy shit. So I want to jump into this just so that
Cool.
it's highlighted once again since we are live. So whoever was involved with Diddy, whoever's in those videos, I hope you guys all get your upcomings. I hope everything I've been saying about Jay-Z comes out too, because
Oh no, bro.
I've been telling motherfuckers about Jay-Z too. So
saw a video of Jay-Z today talking about a 16-year-old Rihanna. It's gonna leave it right there. Don't have to say
exactly.
Honestly, as long as Oprah goes down.
Yeah, that too. But Javion McGee, his case is still ongoing. They have reopened it because of all the social media attention, all the noise, and so forth. I hope. I don't know if anyone heard the 911 call when they found the body. My man, there was a part where he was like, "Yeah, he's dead," and then you hear him go. But he's using one of those voice modulators so that you can't recognize his voice. The whole entire call was fishy. I mean, we all know this entire case is fishy. So I hope all this attention that it's getting gets something done. And more folks are starting to speak up about sundown towns on social media. I'm happy you guys are doing so. I hope you black brothers and sisters are arming yourselves no matter where you're traveling to, especially if you know you're going to a sundown town. There are ways that they do this. Most folks already know how it is. So, again, black brothers and sisters, make sure you are armed. Keep your head on a fucking swivel. And if you have to, take out as many as you fucking can. And as violently as you fucking can. This way we can get a stop to all this bullshit. And, to the black gangs, to the brown gangs, just like me and everybody else, you know where the sundown towns are at. How about showing motherfuckers how real and how gangster you really are? And make some noise in these places. And make a lot of noise in these places. Rasheem Carter, decapitated in Mississippi by his boss, Luke Clements, North Carolina. His wife committed suicide because I guess she couldn't deal with the information she knew. More things are coming out about that case. Keep making noise about that case. After Javion Carter was found hung on a tree in Mississippi, another young black male was found hung on a tree behind an elementary school. So yeah, this shit just keeps on happening, folks. So I just want to ask how much longer you want to keep marching? Or when are we going to arm up and get the bats and start doing some shit? This shit's getting out of motherfucking hand. No one has anything to say. We can move on to the next segment. Anybody?
Fight the power.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. Yes. If you are listening to this live show, please like, subscribe, share, comment. We'd love to hear what you have to say. On HBO Max, a new series is on. I don't think everybody's watched it. It's only one episode in. The Penguin. I don't know if you guys are Batman fans.
Heard good things.
Batman. No. The Batman.
Yeah, the Batman. The Batman.
For the record, Sean and I went and saw this movie at its debut in the theater, and both of us were begging for it to be the fuck over. Thankfully, this episode was actually pretty decent. One of the highlights of that film happened to be Colin Farrell in this role, so I'm excited that they tried to revamp it in a way.
The movie seemed like it was over at one point, and then it starts again.
It's because they had three. No, go back to it. Well, let's travel back real quick, Al, since you bring this in. That movie pretty much had three storylines, none of which those three storylines would have been strong enough in its own movie, which is why
just one song on the soundtrack.
Exactly. Like, oh my God. And I love Nirvana, and that's one of my favorite songs by them. But come on, man. Terrible. Hopefully, Colin resurrects it. The first episode was good, though, Al, to your point.
It wasn't my favorite movie in the world, but I did tell folks that Robert Pattinson would be a good Batman. Now, what most folks don't know, this is year one Batman. So let's not
Come on,
forget
man.
he just
He's a
lost his
little.
parent.
It's evident in his angst.
What episode was that? That was like episode, like, I don't know, like, I'm gonna guess here, like 68, right? You literally sucked Robert's fucking dick for this fucking role, and I thought it was terrible. So, what did you think of this one? Tell me.
Like him playing young Batman, he did pretty good for a young Batman.
No.
Now, as far as like the movie as a whole,
I know.
it was an hour too long. It was an hour too long.
It was at
3
least an
hours I'll
hour
never
too
get
long.
back.
At least an hour too long. And listen, Batman's a broody dude. Batman's supposed to brood, but this motherfucker goes overboard. Like, I'm just like, no,
Again, let me
rein
explain.
it in, dog.
You know,
Rein it in.
People forget, if you're not a Batman or you're not a comic book fan, as far, he was very emotional losing his parents. He's just now getting into the suit.
But
Just now learning. And we all forget too, because we all just want, I want Batman to kick ass. We all forget, he's a fucking kid. Most kids are fucking idiots. We're at an age where we can reflect back on when we were his age. But most of us weren't in his position.
At this point, his parents have been dead for at least a decade. At this point, his parents have been at least dead.
This is year one Batman. He's just now coming back from where he just got back from being trained.
Yeah, but they were dead already. But they've been dead for a long time, man. I mean, like they've been.
We all still need to acknowledge where he's coming from at his emotional state at this particular time. Because again, he's not an adult yet. Even though he's over 18 years old, he's not an adult yet. He still doesn't know how to be Batman. He's still learning how to be Batman. Still learning how to navigate around.
When does he ever figure out how to be Batman? Like, I'm still waiting for it.
Well, how do we expect him to figure out how he's going to be Batman if it's the first time he's putting on the fucking suit? I mean, again, let me read. He's a fucking kid. He's not. Let me repeat. He's not an adult. He's a fucking kid. Fair enough. He's not where Michael Keaton was. He's not where Christian Bale was. He's not where Ben Affleck was. He's not where George Clooney was. This is the first time he's putting on the fucking suit.
He's a little bit past where Val Kilmer was, though. I'm just like,
stop.
Now, as far as Colin Farrell, he was actually one of the best parts of the movie.
He was.
That's what I mean.
He was.
That's exactly why I made this show.
And Colin Farrell's a hell of an actor. Like, I think people sleep on Colin Farrell. I don't give him enough credit.
Did you know that Sean, did you know that we're related to them? Matt, we're related to Colin Farrell.
I was like, who? Are we, like me and you?
No, like me and Matt.
Okay, that makes more sense now.
Yeah, he's like a second cousin of the Carlyles. Oh, no, not the Carlyles. I'm sorry, the Sullivans.
Where are you at with the movie, Marcus?
I mean, to be fair, they could have shaved an hour off of it. It would have been a better movie. I appreciated the fact that he was actually doing detective work for the first movie that Batman actually did that.
Yes.
But like, he's like year one, and like, yeah, he's relatively young. He's probably around where Christian Bale was in Batman Begins, maybe a little bit younger.
Still a little bit.
Like, no, I mean, like, yeah, he's emo. Everybody knows that. Batman as a character is very emo. Yeah,
like your boy French.
But like, to be fair to like what it was, like I thought he did a really good job as Batman. Like, I like to see where they're gonna go with it, how they're gonna evolve the character. But yeah, I mean, they could have taken an hour off that movie. It would have been a better movie. But I did.
Hopefully, they do the House of Dragon thing, and Patton ain't the fucking Batman anymore.
Before we move on from
it, he was Batman like 95% of that damn movie. So that was like a Batman movie. That wasn't like Bruce Wayne Batman. No, that was just
thankfully his Bruce Wayne was his Batman was better than his Bruce Wayne. Let's just
and he's still a kid.
His Bruce Wayne, I think it'll evolve.
Now, what about Catwoman? How'd you feel about Catwoman, Marcus?
Oh no, that was one of the best parts of the movie, bro. Like,
it always is.
Man. Like, she's fucking great. That's the best Catwoman iteration I've seen All
For some
respect to
reason,
Michelle Pfeiffer. Michelle
You've
Pfeiffer
heard of
was fucking
MILF
great.
DILF, right? Her
I
and her
can't,
mom are good at it.
I can't help but detect a little lust in your tone, Marcus.
Nah, it's not like that, man. And I would say too, like, I like how their relationship was in the movie because they do have a weird love-hate kind of adversary, but like, you know, kind of together. And she's not necessarily a hero or a villain. She's kind of like somewhere in the gray area. But I mean, I like the villain, you know, I like the Riddler. And I like that the Riddler was like, I feel like the movie should have been rated R. That's the one thing I will say. I feel like damn near anything Batman related should be TVMA rated R because his villains kill people, like for real, for real. This
Well,
ain't
not only that,
Marvel.
but he's
These
dark and
motherfuckers are
goes pretty
brutal.
hard on those motherfuckers back too. Especially this
Yeah.
version went pretty
Yeah.
hard.
And like you can see that the youth in his Batman by his actions and how he was doing shit. Like
Yeah, he was
hopefully the next
brash
one
as
he'll
fuck.
be like he'll be a
I
little bit
like
more
that.
seasoned. And then like, you know, we'll see. But
Well,
I mean I
before
like
you
the
go,
show though.
before you go too far, I wanted to comment on what you said about him being a detective and how they brought that back to the fold. Yeah, man. I mean, he's called the world's greatest detective, and it's evident. In fact, not only is he doing the detective work, but he's got as soon as he walks in the room and he starts looking at shit, the cops behind him are like, "Oh, yeah, let's take a look at that." Like everybody's doing what he's doing. He sets that fucking precedent, and you know it just by his presence in the room.
Yeah. Like you said,
which we
Sean,
lacked in all the other Batman movies.
yeah, like he's the world's
Oh, for
greatest
sure.
detective. None of these other Batman did any kind of detective work. And like to be fair, that's not how the stories were going in those movies. But I mean, his Bruce Wayne, I think, will evolve, and like we'll have to see more of the Playboy type
He'll grow
lifestyle
up.
going
He'll
forward.
grow
Yeah.
up. If they're better writers, we should get better movies. So now that my man that was handling Guardians is in the DC world, hopefully we'll get we'll get better DC movies. So
no more 3-hour movies though.
I want to see more of I want to see more of the new Commissioner Gordon. Fucking Jeffrey Wright's awesome, and I'm so glad they stuck him in there. I was like, oh shit.
To the Penguin episode, I love the way it starts off, and I love some of the actors and actresses that they were using. So Falcone, whatever his name is, his son. If you guys take a good look at his face, if you were a Walking Dead fan, you will recognize this young fella. Season 2, when Herschel was at the bar getting drunk, this is the guy that falls off the roof. The shit goes through his leg, and this is the guy that they save. And then eventually they take him 18 miles out. This is the guy playing Falcone's son. And literally in the first fucking episode, they light his ass up.
He
and I figured,
to be fair, he asked for that
though. The way he laughed at the Penguin,
yeah,
I was like, oh, this is not gonna go too well. And when the Penguin shot his ass, spoiler alert if you haven't seen the first episode, that's your fault. Where he shoots this motherfucker, and the way he laughs afterwards, but then thinks about it and was like, oh fuck, I just fucked up.
Let's just say it looks very action forward. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, and not only that, but the fact that it's on like Max and shit, and it's not on like CW like most of the DC stuff, it's pretty promising.
Max, Max/HBO, they do pretty good shows, man. They're not.
It has to be TVMA though, for the amount of violence that was on it. And I like this version of Penguin. Like he's not a fucking sewer dwelling half man, half penguin thing that DeVito.
Did you say sewer dwelling?
Yeah, like whatever the fuck that was. Like he was like an orphan, but he grew up in the sewers with fucking penguins. And I love Danny DeVito, but like what the fuck?
It's great. It's a classic role,
but that was crazy. I remember like the old movies and the old like video games and shit. Like Penguin have those umbrellas that fucking shoot bullets and all kind of shit. Like he's just a fucking mobster, and he's also an informant. So like I feel like he should be an integral part of each Batman because just like in the first one, like he'll roll over on people to save himself, and Batman will be like, I can utilize his ass because he's a villain, but he's not like the Joker,
Yeah, they sort of portrayed him that way in Gotham as well.
Yeah, like he can be a useful person to have around because he is an informant, but he's also like a mobster. So.
And a scene that was completely unnecessary was when he took his shoe off.
Oh, that was crazy.
And you know,
did that happen in the Batman? I can't remember.
I don't.
Did they show
know. I don't
His
remember.
foot was fucking crazy. I know he's got like a weird leg thing, like from the Gotham show and shit. But
yeah, I will say this about that foot though. It looks just like Shaq and Oprah's. If you guys want to Google that shit, feel free to check that out.
I was telling my girl, you should just cut that shit off. You should just cut that shit off, bro.
Still haven't gotten over the last time you told me to.
Dude, I was MIB got Marcus.
Taking that personal.
MIB got Marcus.
Oprah was aiming at you for the foot thing.
He said Oprah.
Yeah. So before we'll hold off on the Penguin thing, but the Shaq thing, let me tell you this. I was super, super disgusted when Shaq
shouldn't have brought up Oprah, Marcus,
on live TV and showed us that fucking hoof. Like there was no need. That was completely unnecessary. Nobody needed to see
fucking hoof. Exploding beef.
Hey, let me say, I love Shaq. nobody needed to see that foot. But back to the Penguin.
When you say love.
No Diddy.
What you mean by
no
that?
So,
no Diddy.
I'm curious to see what they're gonna do, like with the next Batman, like who the villain will be. Because I feel like it's gonna be the Joker, but
it's the Riddler, I think.
Yeah, they already teased it. It's Riddler.
It has to be because Riddler is the one who blew up
in the first one. He was the villain in the first one.
He was in jail at the end of the movie.
Yeah. Joker was with him. Yeah, but I mean, like that could be Hush or something. It could be somebody they've never done on screen, which would be kind of cool. And I don't know, like in their world, is like a Superman exists? They're like, do like super powered people exist, or they try to do the thing that the Christian Bale Batman, so like everything was kind of
Christian Bale is not Batman.
Bring Halle Berry.
You guys gotta stop bringing his name up when we're talking about fucking Batman because I love him.
He was
I
like
love
the third
Christian in a lot of things.
He's like,
but he is not fucking Batman.
Yeah.
No, the Batman Begins series was good though.
No, that was good. But those movies, I felt like the villains.
That shit
like,
would never have done a fucking thing if Heath Ledger doesn't die. Fight me.
Bullshit. The first one was good. Didn't even have Heath Ledger in it yet.
Yeah, the first one was good.
Lies.
Liam Neeson.
Lies.
Ass.
Wow.
It doesn't do shit without Heath dying, bro.
Nope.
Well,
already did. Already did.
The first one was a good origin. Was a good jump off.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, probably one of the better Batman movies. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Let me know how the stats do. Yes. Was it better than Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze?
Yes.
Absolutely. Was it better than goddamn fucking this guy? I mean, who the fuck?
You had George Clooney, Val Kilmer.
When Clooney comes off there and Kilmer, whatever. Okay,
they're the worst.
We can hate on Batmans. Are they better than Christian? No. But Christian is no Michael Keaton.
Aesthetically, and physically,
but
the best Batman.
Away from how good the movie is.
I was going to say it's better than all the movies except for the first two.
Yeah, aesthetically and physically, the best Batman was Ben Affleck.
Ben was a good Batman. I don't know why he gets so much shit.
Aesthetically,
I think some of it's the dialogue. I think a lot of it's the dialogue. Like
if you like a chunky, grounded Batman and that's your style, I mean that's cool. Like,
I mean, his acting. But if you know, Batman in the comics was like 6'5", 6'6". Built like a monster. So I mean, when you think of Michael Keaton, Christian Bale, Clooney, Kilmer, Pattinson, when you look at them physically, you don't see what you see, what the cartoon does, and what the comic does.
Batfleck looked great. And when he armored up, it was cool. But like I said, I just feel like it's a clunkier look to him. They didn't slim him down because in addition to him being a bigger Batman, they also gave him that hella armor. So he was always way bigger than any of the other Batmans. And I mean, it worked for that movie. But as far as like the streamlining of Batman is a fucking assassin and like along those lines too. So I mean,
Christian is a ninja. Batman is not a ninja. You know
Bring Halle Berry back.
Batman is a ninja.
I mean, Halle Berry is beautiful, but her Catwoman was terrible.
Like he's
I
kind
don't
of a
care.
gymnast and shit like that. If you think about it, like
I'm
Batman's
trying to
kind
see
of
her.
like,
So sexy.
I'm
though.
trying to see
Oh,
her.
yeah,
I
man.
don't care.
Oh.
Movie could be shit if she's on my
Robin
screen.
was
Like
more the
Swordfish.
gymnast. Robin was more the gymnast. But
Yeah,
I mean,
where
but
did Robin
Batman can
go?
do that shit,
Where did
though.
Robin go? Why is he not in Batman anymore?
He's supposed to come in this next one.
Because the
But-
last time they tried it, it sucked. Every time they tried it so far, it sucked. And I mean, part of that's
Well, I
Chris
guess
O'Donnell's fault.
the
Well,
storyline.
not
He
not
goes to
only
the Teen Titans. So I mean,
it wasn't Chris O'Donnell's fault alone. I mean,
That's
every
not
fucking
not
every
alone.
fucking DC movie was fucking terrible.
Right.
But back to the Penguin.
Well,
Falcone's sister. If anyone watched Black Mirror,
Mhm.
you would recognize her in the episode where she was on the spaceship. They
Mhm.
had her downstairs.
She's a good actress.
It's a great
she's
episode.
weird ass episode.
she's a very good actress. She's also in my wife's favorite show, How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
She's a very good actress. Very good actress. And
Oh, that's right. I'm glad you made me
Mhm.
place
That
that.
just clicked. Yeah.
I love how, and maybe that's some, that's just something about me, but how fucking psychotic she is on the show is kind of a turn on.
Does
It
say a
kinda
lot
makes
about
you.
It kind of
You
makes
as
me.
a woman.
I think she's a little bit hotter because she's a fucking psycho.
Well, I mean, some of us are only attracted to psycho. You know that, right?
No. No.
No, it's true.
Keep
Like,
me
listen,
as
if
far
they're not
the
a little
fuck
bit
away as
psycho,
you
if
can.
they're not a little bit psycho, I just can't. I can't.
When she had Penguin tied up butt naked,
You're a little bit psycho. I won't.
and she had that young fella tied up squealing,
Mm.
and Penguin was like, "You're gonna take his word over mine."
Y'all saw how he enjoyed saying that. Like, I think he really liked that a lot.
Did you
He rubbed
rewind
one
it?
out.
She
Did you
literally,
watch
rubbed one out
it
on
a
that
couple
out.
times, didn't you?
she literally looks at the Penguin. She's like, "Oh, so he's lying?" He was like, "Yeah, he's lying."
Pause.
So he's lying.
Pause.
She's like, "Ch-ch." Looks my man straight in his face. Boom! And I was like, yes. That's what the fuck is up right there. I became a fan of hers right there. I was like, this bitch is crazy. And you know she already knows the Penguin killed her brother. You know she already knows this. Now, did you watch the whole show, Rick? Did you get to watch the show or just clips?
No, I watched it.
What about you, Sean? Did you get it? You said you haven't checked it out.
Well, no, I haven't seen it. I heard that it was good, and then you guys kind of here confirmed it was good. So I mean, like, I'll probably watch it, but I haven't yet. I've just been working too much.
It left me wanting more.
Oh, for sure. What about you, Matt? You didn't get to check it out, did you?
I did.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Like Rick said, it definitely leaves you wanting more, but I mean the first episode of a good series does that anyway.
Yep.
It should, it brings you in. It's like, okay, here, watch this, you're gonna love this. Now wait 6 months till we give you another one.
Now, I will say this. Another woman I love on that show is the Penguin's mom.
Oh,
Like,
God.
I know she's a terrible mom,
Nah, that don't matter. She ain't
but
my
she's
mom.
she's being a good mom to this dude. Because when she looked, she's like, "Are you a pussy boy?" I said, "Oh shit."
Al said, "Bing."
I was like, "Oh shit." I said, "You see that? That's what we need nowadays. Not what's going on now. Not what's going on now."
No offense to you, Miss Margaret. You're the best.
What about you, Marcus? Where you at with the show, brother?
Oh, it was good. I'm excited about what they're gonna do going forward. How this ties into the original movie, the following movie. I like to see like the villain story, but I like to see it from like their perspective. 'Cause if you think about it, like Batman is like kind of horrifying if you're like a villain and he's chasing you or he's after you. So
Well, that's the
I like
point.
to see it from there. Yeah, so
That's
I like
awesome.
To see, like,
Yeah.
that.
Fucking
And
terrifying.
it kind of made Penguin like I don't want to say a sympathetic figure, but you kind of see where he's at, where he's going, and why he's doing the things he's doing. So it's like I don't know, man. I just don't want them to like twist this shit and make him like Deadpool or like Venom, where he's like an anti-hero, where it's like,
Mm.
oh,
I
I'm
don't.
rooting
It
for
does.
him. Like, no, he
I
should still be a fucking villain.
Granted, I haven't watched it. It doesn't feel like just watching the movie. I feel like they know his, his true intentions, and they'll always be fucking wayward. Like they're never gonna fucking clean him up like that. Hopefully,
Because I'm
but
assuming
yeah,
you're saying that because he spares that kid. What's his name? Vic Aguilar?
Nah, the kid, I felt like he would have killed him initially if that's what he was gonna do. Even when he took him out to the spot and with the body and all that shit, I'm like, he's not gonna kill this kid. This kid's
You
gonna
could
be
tell.
his right hand man.
You could tell how they built it up, though, that they wanted to leave us thinking, will he or won't he? I think that's part of the. That's why it's built like that. You know what I mean?
Well, that's my question too. Is this supposed to be tied into the original Penguin in that movie, or is it a different?
No,
time?
in the Batman, it's going to be the Penguin from the Batman.
yeah.
That particular storyline, not the ones that we've had before it.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
Wait,
it looks like it picks up right after the
Yeah.
Batman ending.
I was going to say, I think
And
it's a
from my
clever
understanding, it's
setup.
going to bounce around too. It's
Because
going to bounce around.
the movie ends with that power vacuum of Falcone getting swept up, and you can already see his ambition in that movie. So to springboard it into this and then launch other shit from it, because to be completely honest, I like what Marvel's done. But what originally they talked about was doing like a half hour, an hour where they introduce each character. And this might be a good vehicle for that because there's way too many in the fucking villain gallery for Batman to just oh, here's another movie. Let's pop one up. At least this way you have some kind of knowledge of them and their inner workings because they do usually work together. And that'd be a cool way to do it on there.
They did it for Joker. So
yeah.
Oh, the Joker movie.
So far, the Joker movie is getting really good reviews. It's not the musical. Is it really?
I saw some that said this.
Yeah, I've heard it was trash.
I've heard it was good.
The first one was
Yes,
ass too,
if
though.
what you want to see is a traditional fucking Batman / superhero movie, you're gonna fucking hate it.
No, I
But
heard
if
the
you
people
go
that liked
really-
the first one thought this one was stupid.
Because because it's not what it is. It was designed to be something completely different. It's not designed for people that are gonna watch superhero movies.
And what's the
No,
point?
I'm talking about the first Joker movie. So you would think that making the first Joker movie, they would go for that same audience rather than a different audience. That seems like a terrible business plan.
Nope, they went after the demographic that is female, like 25 to 41.
We made all of our fans with this Joker movie. Let's go after a different group with our sequel. Wow. And now you know why DC is doing so well at the box office.
Well, hey, this first episode of The Penguin, you can watch it on Max. Check it out. I highly recommend it when the show's over.
I just want to add one thing, man. That first Joker movie was ass, bro. Like, it's a good movie, but that's a terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't that good.
Depiction of Joker. Like, it's a terrible.
Don't hold back, Marcus.
Well, here's the
that
thing.
Shit was terrible.
The only reason why it was greased through. Think of the content of the movie. Think of the content of the movie. What was going on in the movie and what was going on in America at the time. All right. You try to pitch that kind of a movie without the label of the Joker, they're not going to play it because of what's going on in the country. But if you pitch the comic book, if you pitch the comic book idea, okay, yeah, we can excuse that because in comic books,
it's got a Joker skin on it. Yeah.
But the only thing that they tied to Batman was what they mentioned the Waynes, and then I forget
Arkham and shit.
Yeah. Other than that, that shit had nothing to do with Batman, had nothing to do with the motherfucking Joker. This just was a fucking unstable white dude that had issues.
Why does he got to be white? Racist.
I mean, you can say the same about Suicide Squad.
That was basically Falling Down, right?
Hey, Falling Down was a good goddamn movie.
Right? Hell of a movie.
There you go. There you go being disrespectful.
Is it not? It's just he doesn't go as hard. He just shoots the one motherfucker.
But see, back in the 80s, you can get away with putting out a movie like Falling Down You know, and that's another movie
That's
I
true. They
recommend.
can do Falling Down now. They'd be like, this isn't getting
Just
put
try
out.
to pitch that idea of a fucking
Oh, this
a white
motherfucker goes
dude,
ape shit and shoots everybody. He
everybody,
fucking destroys anything in his path.
I think it would
everybody.
go over very well because of why he was doing it, and they'd really fuck up their system if they put out something like that right now.
But certainly, yes, check out Penguin on Max. We highly recommend that. Now let's see, we got 10 minutes. We got a little.
It's good shit. I haven't seen it. I'm lying.
Next week, we're gonna have a couple of guests on. I won't mention who. I'll let it be a surprise.
Are you scared?
Special surprise guest star.
We should be covering now the videos I wanted to use for the toxic masculinity. TikTok took those down because they're apparently too violent.
Too toxic, masculine.
I won't have that. Yeah, we'll be chatting that up. We'll be chatting that up. Also, we will be reviewing Hellbound. So join us for that. We'll have your thought. Give us your thoughts on that particular show. Football. The Giants did win today. I mean, I'm not going to celebrate that because Daniel Jones still sucks.
Yeah, they were supposed to lose. That should tell you how fucking bad they are. They were supposed to lose. But don't talk about the Dolphins.
Hey, Malik Neighbors ain't though. He don't suck.
No. Malik Neighbors is a beast, boy. That dude is a beast.
The defense showed up somewhat. Yeah.
How did he do compared to Saquon today? How'd Saquon do today?
Saquon went.
Did y'all look at that?
Saquon went nuts.
I haven't looked at it yet. Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, Saquon went nuts.
Henry did as well.
Saquon went nuts. Who did?
Derrick Henry.
Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Yo, they talk so much shit about him all week long. I'm not surprised because, like, yo, listen, every fucking writer in pro football pretty much said Derrick Henry is washed up and he's only a third down back. And he came out. They said that all this week.
Yeah, you said it.
No. All right, let me.
Michael, roll clip.
Yes, roll clip. Because I did say he's a great third down back.
We're live here.
But who am I? The media came out and called him he ain't shit, but a third down back, and he came out and proved him wrong this week. So yeah, I said it, and I was right. But the media said it, and he proved him wrong.
Hey, I want to add one thing about the Saquon thing, and I know it's early in the season, but
matchups.
No, he's a beast, but
Matchups.
the Eagles don't look that good though.
No.
I know the Saints are relatively solid, evidently, but AJ Brown's not there. If he's not there, and Devontae Smith went out the game, the O-line, a bunch of injuries there, like he's gonna have to put a lot of this shit on his back. Because Jalen Hurts, some of the plays Jalen Hurts made today, I was like, what the hell is wrong with him? Like,
he looked like Daniel Jones.
Almost. Like, bro, I mean, the fumble, I get it, running out the pocket. The interception was crazy. Like, I don't know why he didn't see Matthew there, but yeah, they need to get that figured out, though. And maybe Kellen Moore is not the best offensive coordinator for them. But I mean, hey, man, shout out to Saquon, though. Like, I figured he'd be really good there. And shit, he was really good with us. I don't know how much it's going to affect winning, is what I'm really getting to. Because if Jalen Hurts is going to play this kind of football, they're not going anywhere with that.
He's been playing since game 3 of last year.
Kind of. I mean, to be fair, no. I mean, you could actually go back to the Super Bowl, like them losing the Super Bowl. He really ain't looked the same, like since. Yeah. He's had a few games here and there where he's balled out. And that's
usually because he has a favorable matchup. Like he has a team that's going to make him look good. Yeah.
And without A.J. Brown and without Devontae Smith, like, granted, every good quarterback needs weapons. They all look average, but
I'm glad you mentioned Devontae Smith. Did you see the hit he took?
Yeah, that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy.
I thought I was like, yo, this guy. And then, like, I was watching it, and right when he took it, I was like, every time somebody starts doing good this year, they end up hurt. And like,
and I
thought it was going to be concussion protocol, the whole 9, no flag, nothing. He got up, he was back in 2 plays later.
What's his name went crazy though? Dallas Goedert. He went fucking crazy.
How are you doing in fantasy football, Marcus?
Shut your face.
I'm not well. I got a bunch of guys playing like tonight and tomorrow, but like Derrick Henry balled out, like Matt said. Kyron Williams played pretty good. Fucking Neighbors, bro. Like that might have been my best draft pick because I'm like,
Bro,
he is the offense. Just
he's
throw the
playing
ball.
me this week. We know he's doing good. Like,
that's why Matt is a little bit bitter.
I feel like that's like a jinx, though. Like,
Matt's always bitter during football season. He can't catch a break.
Bro, I'm done. I will never play fantasy football again.
Lies.
You got
from halfway through the season on to be like fantasy football sucks.
But you got Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Kamara. Like you got some ballers, man. You got some ballers.
And they ain't doing shit.
He always does, but
I mean, this is funny that the Saints would put to.
Oh no, those guys will do great on Madden.
Their worst. Like they'll do their worst. They'll play their worst game today. Like I know you got Derek Carr. He does that shit that he did. Like I don't know, man.
I'm gonna tell you right now, man.
It's too early.
I'm pissed.
It's too early to call
that
it.
I left. Let's see. 25.
You were thinking too much about
55.
Patrick.
Dude, like
I didn't leave that many points on the bench though.
I left like 75 points on the bench, man.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That'll hurt you. That's not a good strategy.
How did CJ do, Al?
He's on the bench.
Strategy, Al.
CJ was on the bench. He only put up
stomped out.
He only put up 9 points, which is why I put him on the bench.
Okay. Houston got stomped out today.
Yeah, they did, man. Yeah, they did.
I picked up Diggs, and he gave me 20. So, I mean...
Oh, hold up. I thought Marcus had Diggs.
Everybody dropped them. I paid attention. I needed some fucking help out here.
Yeah, I had Diggs. But that's what I was trying to
I dropped him when I had to.
I was trying to trade him. Nobody wanted to trade, so I was like, fuck it. I saw DJ Moore there. I was like, I had to go get DJ Moore. I didn't start him, but I'm like,
dropped him too.
Like Caleb's gonna understand, like he needs to throw the ball to his best receiver. At some point, it's gonna happen. I don't know when.
Dude, I'm so pissed.
I'm like, at some point, he gonna run the ball well. You know, I'm just
because I picked up.
Be ready for it.
Yeah. I picked up Blackshear from Carolina.
I don't even know who that is, bro.
Yeah, me neither. Left him on the bench. This motherfucker puts up 33 points.
Bro, the
how many?
Whooped the Vegas Raiders' ass, bro. Maybe Blackshear was the problem. Maybe he was the problem, bro.
Bro, who's on the Raiders, though? Who is on the Raiders, though?
They got Max Crosby. I mean, that's the only.
Wow. Who's that? I don't even know who's that.
Don't say that. Don't say that, bro.
They pulled out some shit this year so far. I know it's only game 3, but they've had some. Their first 2 were good showings.
Max Crosby's nice, bro. He's one of the best pass rushers in the league.
He ain't gonna win you no football games, though.
And then Roman from Chicago put up 23 fucking points today. 23 fucking points. Yeah.
Hey, they got their first touchdown though. Him and Caleb had their first touchdown today.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Oh,
this was also. Go ahead. Finish up.
Your nephew's getting smoked.
Like DeAndre Swift, at some point, he's gonna run the ball well. You know.
Oh, you picked him up?
Yeah, I need another running back.
I dropped his dumb ass. Fuck that motherfucker.
But hey, listen, as I said last week, I'm open to trades. You guys, I've been sending out trades. Nobody's even responding to them. Like you could throw another trade out, or like
look.
Like, hey,
trades don't happen in our league a lot, Marcus. Let's be real. It's mostly shit talk. But what is real is I want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to our host here, Al. This motherfucker after the draft, right? We have an 8-man league. At the end of the draft, Al was positioned to be 8th. He was mad about it. He was crying about it. He came on the show bitching about it.
He was bitter as shit.
then after last week,
I did.
You want to talk about on the move? He went from projected 8th to projected 2nd. Like I honestly haven't seen anybody in an 8-man league shoot up that fast in a single week. So I wanted to give a big shout out to Al.
Bro, you got fucking Lamar.
Oh yeah, and everybody else got a bunch of fucking injuries. You lucky fuck.
You know. I appreciate that. I appreciate
quarterbacks. Like, you got a bunch of good players, bro. You got you got fucking Bowers.
I know he was on here crying and he was beating dude by like 60. when he was on here crying. I was like,
Got
"What are you?"
1,000
He's
points
like,
on
"I
defense.
hate fantasy football," and I'm like,
This is
"Why?
bullshit.
You're
Like,
the
bro,
only
you're
one who's
winning.
actually doing okay right now."
If
You
anybody hates
disrespectful.
fantasy, it should
I
be
was
me.
bitching.
You disrespectful bastards.
We have determined that Matt is allowed to have the first and second pick every year in the draft as long as he picks up somebody from the AFC East and somebody from the NFC East. Like, that's
As long
the
as
only
you
way
look, hey Matt, look. As long
Pick
as
up
we
that.
notice that when I had Patrick Mahomes, he was lighting the league up. Okay. Ever since Patrick Mahomes hasn't been in my possession, I don't want to sound like no owner.
Yep. Damn.
It's still
All
early.
right. You see
He
the
has
kind
the
of years. You
umpires
see the
on
kind of
his
years
side.
he's been having.
He has
Winning
the
Super
umpires
Bowls.
on his side. He's winning Super Bowls.
He's winning Super Bowls.
Okay.
He gonna go
All right.
crazy tonight, bro. He gonna go crazy tonight. Nobody
I
expects
need
it
him
either.
to. I need him, and I need Carson Steele to go crazy tonight. That's
Who
who
the
I
hell
need
is
to go
that?
crazy
Oh, that's the
tonight.
fullback. Damn,
Oh,
you
see,
have
you talking
Steele?
about you talking about who the hell is that?
No, I
He's
know
like,
who
damn,
it is, but you have. Did you pick him up or something?
you damn right I did, buddy.
Oh
Of
shit!
course, that
I
mother.
did.
What do you?
He's like a
He's like,
fullback, bro.
yo, Al's
Hey.
like a catfish, bro.
He's
like
a monster,
fullback, bro.
and I need and hey Andy Reid, if you're listening, give the man the ball. Give the man the ball. This was our first live stream on Twitch. I want to thank everybody for joining us. We will have some future episodes, so we hope you join us again.
For all you youngins, we're gonna start streaming ourselves playing Madden and other games, beating your asses.
Yeah, my nephew's wanting to get in on that to whoop y'all asses. So yeah, we probably will be doing that while we talk shit. So also if you guys are looking for any artwork, please feel free to hit my nephew Nate up. His info is in our description box. Once again, thank you for joining us. Please like, subscribe, share. I am Al, joined by my brothers Rick, Matt, Marcus, and Sean. Thank you again, guys. Peace.
Peace.